My name is Asel, and I went from nothing, no job, up to no good, to 1.4 million last year in revenue just off reselling iPhones and Apple products. Now, 1.4 million was not my profit. That's what I did in revenue. I don't know if I feel comfortable discussing profits on YouTube just yet, but I will say that this will get you to 10K a month. It'll get you to five figures a month in profit. Um, and you don't need a lot of money to start. This is the system, as simple as I could possibly make it. This is the system that I used to completely change my life. Okay? I went from just regular person up to no good, no job. This is the car I was driving. These are the first two phones that I bought. I sourced them on Marketplace. I got leads blowing my phone up right now. But sourced those. One of those is actually an empty box. I was just using it for a photo. Sourced those. Lost that money trying to sell them on Marketplace, and ended up finally launching my first ads. First handful of ads. I did some. I think there were just free ads. I was doing some free advertising that I'll teach you how to do on this YouTube channel. I'll teach you how to do the free advertising. I saw my first success off the free advertising. These phones, these pictures. I remember who sold me these phones, when and where. Yes, I had money whenever I started this business, but I didn't tie up that much money when I first started because I didn't understand it. You can start $500, $1,000. In all reality, you probably want a couple grand. You probably want 1,500, $2,000 to start buying inventory because iPhones are expensive, and that way you could buy a couple and sell them at the same time and get your profit back, get more profit. But you probably want a couple grand to start. If you got 1,500 bucks to your name, 2,000 bucks to your name, you could start. I got leads blowing up my other phone. It's actually a vendor. So this is from free advertising, this inventory. This is me just trying to source them on my own on Marketplace. Then I tried to sell them on Marketplace. Got scammed, lost both of those. Locked in, made some ads, dropped some ads, got a vendor, tried to live off that vendor or supplier, whatever you want to call them. They end up disappearing. They're not consistent. They'll stick around. They'll be consistent for a while. They get these sprees. You get these people that bring you bulk loads of phones at a time, and that's where you make your money. Those are the best deals because it's a lot less work. You buy 10, 20, 30, 50 phones at a time. It's better than buying one by one. But those people disappear. They're not going to stick around for life, and you're trying to pay your bills. You're trying to eat. You don't want to work a job. You need consistency. Once I got consistent, my life completely changed. I started doing mad volume. I lived in multiple apartments downtown. That's where I started at over here. Multiple apartments downtown, just walking downstairs and buying the inventory. I started doing mad volume once I got consistent and started sourcing more inventory. Didn't stop, woke up every day, and this was my job. My job is to buy inventory, to find devices for sale, get them under market value, and resell them to a direct buyer. This is a picture of me buying my first house at 25, and not only did I buy my first house, but I dumped 50K in a remodel. You see Rolex watches, that's a Yachtmaster, 25 grand watch, 15K in diamond rings. Don't buy jewelry, it's fucking retarded, horrible investment besides the Rolex. But upgraded my car, sports car, houses, Rolexes, diamond watch, fine dining with hot chicks and whatnot, suspicious amounts of income. You're making about $100 a phone starting out, so you can do the math, count all the phones in there. I used this system right here. As simple as I can make it, this is what I did to get from nothing to losing money on the first couple phones, being a normal person up to no good, I had worked some construction jobs, thought about starting my own construction company because I did have money whenever I started. I just grind enough to do that. I can't ever be broke. I'm not one of those people. But if you are just starting out, or if you are just needing some money, you're trying to figure out how to make extra income, this could also be for you, and it can turn into a full-fledged business like it did for me. I didn't think it was going to be this much. I never expected this amount of inventory. The person that taught me how to do this did not get the amount of inventory that I get, did not do the numbers that I do. Um, so you can start out small scale. You need probably 1,500 or 2,000 bucks to start. Could you start with 500? Yes, you can start with 500. You can get your feet wet with 500 bucks or less. Honestly, you could make money with less than that. Depending on the city you're in, the easier it would be. If you're in a bigger city, if you're somewhere like Miami or LA or Dallas or one of those big cities, Las Vegas, then you have direct buyers in your city already, and you could just pull up on them, make them money, or sell to a phone shop, and get some money. But this is the system I teach. Source phones, negotiate price, inspect, is a deduction necessary, adjust price if so, buy device, sell to direct buyer, rinse and repeat. So again, source phones, negotiate price, inspect, buy device, sell to a direct buyer, rinse and repeat. That's it. Literally, you're flipping phones. You buy a phone for 400, you sell it for 500. $100 profit. This is not day trading where markets really jump like crazy. The market does move in this, but it's not nothing like that. You don't got to tie up a bunch of money. You start with a small amount. You start with 500 bucks. You start with 300 bucks. I'd suggest probably having enough to buy a little bit of inventory. I'll show you how to source phones for free on this channel. If you want to learn how to run ads and source phones consistently, put a link in the description. I'll also show you how to scale to not just running meta ads and relying on specific vendors, individual vendors to pay your bills by bringing you this inventory, but I'll show you how I went from just meta ads, just being a phone flipper, to now I am a direct buyer. I could buy the inventory off you if you wanted to. In my courses, I will also provide you with a direct buyer sheet. This is the system that I use though. Again, this got me, this system will get you from nothing, wherever you're at. Don't know if you're working a job, how much you make, but it'll get you to the 10 grand a month, the 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, 50K a month profit. This will get you there. This system. People are probably like, there's no way that anyone can get that amount of iPhones to make to profit 20 grand a month. I did 1.4 million in revenue last year. That's a lot of phones. There's millions of phones, millions. You're not just buying just one model. There's multiple models, multiple gigabyte capacities. You're buying iPads and Apple Watches too, AirPods. There's plenty of inventory to go around.